Let me begin with a question. How often do you think about your circulation? Not just in terms of performance, but as the foundation of your overall vitality, energy, and confidence. After 60, these issues become impossible to ignore. Testosterone production decreases by roughly 1% per year. Arteries naturally stiffen, and nitric oxide, the very molecule that relaxes your blood vessels, drops dramatically. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that by age 70, men may have up to 75% less nitric oxide compared to their 20s. Without this molecule, blood flow slows, oxygen delivery weakens, and both cardiovascular and sexual performance decline. But here's the encouraging part. Nutrition can offset this decline. Today, I'll share 3 specific foods, backed by international research, that can improve nitric oxide levels, reduce inflammation, and restore circulation. Let's begin with beets, one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. When you eat beets, your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide, opening up your blood vessels and lowering blood pressure. In a landmark study published in Hypertension, 2008, researchers in the United Kingdom found that drinking 500 milliliters of beetroot juice reduced systolic blood pressure by an average of 10 millimeters of mercury within just a few hours. That reduction is equivalent to what you'd expect from first-line medication. Another study from the University of Exeter showed that athletes consuming beet juice improved their endurance and oxygen uptake by 16%, which directly translates to better circulation. For older men, this isn't about athletics. It's about ensuring the tissues in your heart, brain, and reproductive system get the oxygen they need to function optimally. Now, let's analyze beets further. The benefits extend beyond blood pressure. A New Zealand clinical trial published in the Journal of Applied Physiology confirmed that beet supplementation improved blood vessel dilation and reduced arterial stiffness by 20% in middle-aged and older participants. This is crucial because arterial stiffness is a predictor of both erectile dysfunction and cardiovascular disease. The data is clear. Countries with higher vegetable nitrate consumption, such as Japan, report lower rates of circulation-related decline compared to Western nations where diets are heavier in processed foods. This shows us that cultural dietary habits have measurable effects on vascular health, and adding beets to your daily intake can mimic the advantages of populations with naturally higher nitrate diets. Now let's turn to dark chocolate, specifically those containing 85% cocoa or higher. The key compounds here are flavonoids, powerful antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from oxidative stress and encourage nitric oxide production. A German study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, 2007, found that participants who consumed high flavonoid dark chocolate daily improved their blood vessel dilation by 29% within just 2 weeks. This is a measurable, clinical change in circulation, achieved without medication. Italians, known for their Mediterranean diet rich in flavonoid sources, show a 37% lower risk of cardiovascular events compared to populations consuming more refined sugars and processed foods. The protective effect of dark chocolate is not an indulgence. It is nutrition science at work. Digging deeper into dark chocolate's role, the flavonoids it contains improve endothelial function, the health of the thin layer lining your arteries. Endothelial dysfunction is one of the earliest signs of cardiovascular and erectile problems, often appearing years before symptoms. By protecting this lining, dark chocolate keeps blood vessels flexible and responsive. A long-term Dutch study, published in Archives of Internal Medicine, 2006, followed older men for 15 years and found that those who regularly consumed small amounts of dark chocolate had significantly lower blood pressure and a 50% lower risk of cardiovascular death. However, I must emphasize, quality and moderation matter. In the US, most chocolate is sugar-laden, which reverses the benefits. 1 small square of pure dark chocolate daily is all that is needed to support vascular health without adding metabolic risk. Now, let's talk about watermelon, a fruit often underestimated. Watermelon contains citrulline, an amino acid that your body converts to arginine, which is then transformed into nitric oxide. This pathway directly enhances circulation. A clinical study from Texas A&M University found that citrulline supplementation improved erectile function in men with mild dysfunction by 62%. That is not a small improvement. That is life-changing for many men. What's even more interesting is how diet patterns reflect this. In Mediterranean countries where watermelon consumption is higher during summer months, reports of improved performance and circulation correlate strongly with diet, not coincidence. Watermelon hydrates, provides antioxidants like lycopene, and supports nitric oxide production all at once. Watermelon's power goes beyond circulation. Lycopene, the antioxidant giving watermelon its red color, has been shown to reduce inflammation and improve vascular health. A Finnish study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported that men with higher lycopene levels had a 17% lower risk of stroke. Additionally, citrulline-rich foods like watermelon improve recovery after physical activity by reducing muscle fatigue, meaning better stamina in daily life and intimacy. Even adding a small slice daily can have measurable benefits. For absorption, a pinch of salt helps your body retain more of the citrulline and fluids, which enhances the effect. Simple, natural, and effective. Stepping back, let's consider why these foods are so powerful. Each of them boosts nitric oxide levels, combats oxidative stress, and reduces arterial stiffness. By age 70, nitric oxide levels decline by up to 75%. That decline is universal. Studies from Japan, Brazil, and Canada all confirm similar patterns. But diet can slow the loss dramatically. In fact, a Canadian population study published in Circulation showed that men who consumed nitrate-rich diets had 23% higher nitric oxide levels than those who did not, and significantly fewer vascular complaints. The evidence across countries tells us clearly. Nutrition is one of the most effective, accessible ways to restore circulation. And we cannot ignore inflammation. In the United States, surveys show that 68% of men over 60 live with chronic, low-grade inflammation. It's silent, but it accelerates vascular aging, damages arteries, and reduces oxygen delivery. Beets fight this with betalains, dark chocolate with flavonoids, and watermelon with lycopene. They act differently, but together they slow down oxidative stress. This combination has been compared to a protective shield against vascular decline. Countries like Italy and Greece, where flavonoid and lycopene intake is higher, consistently show lower cardiovascular mortality compared to countries where these foods are absent in the daily diet. Finally, let's talk about consistency. One meal won't change your vascular health, but a habit will. Clinical data from the Netherlands demonstrated that 6 weeks of daily beet juice increased nitric oxide by 21% and reduced arterial stiffness by 18%. That's a measurable improvement. Similarly, the Dutch chocolate study I mentioned earlier showed benefits only in consistent consumers. These results show us that diet is like compounding interest. The longer you invest in it, the bigger the rewards. Unlike medication, the side effect of this approach is better overall health, not dependence. So here's the closing truth I want you to remember. Sexual health is cardiovascular health. A study in the Massachusetts Male Aging Study revealed that men with erectile dysfunction have a 40% higher chance of developing heart disease within 5 years. This is why circulation is not just about intimacy. It's about protecting your life. Every beet, every square of dark chocolate, every slice of watermelon is not just food, it's medicine. Start now, stay consistent, and your body will respond. And if this lecture helped you, type the word vitality in the comments. It may inspire another man to take the first step. And don't forget to subscribe, because your health and happiness are worth protecting.